content for this training in WWC Group Design Standards is divided into several modules which follow a consistent structure. Each module includes a summary of the objective for the module, detailed information on the module topic, including examples, and knowledge checks to reinforce content and test what you've learned. In addition to this introduction, the training consists of 9 modules that focus on topics covering the WWC standards and review procedures. The first 6 modules are required to obtain a certificate of completion for viewing the WWC's Group Design Standards training. These modules are Group Designs, Attrition, Baseline Equivalence, Confounding Factors, Outcome Measures, and the Systematic Review Process. There are 3 additional modules designed to help prepare you to take the test to become certified in the WWC Group Design Standards. These modules are Reporting, Cluster Level Assignment, and the Study Review Guide. We will now provide an overview of the content covered in each module. The first module of the training focuses on the type of research designs that we can review using the WWC Group Design Standards, namely randomized controlled trials, or RCTs, and quasi-experimental designs, QEDs. The module discusses what counts as an eligible randomized controlled trial, including what the WWC considers well-executed randomization, and what counts as an eligible quasi-experimental design study. The second module introduces the concept of attrition, which is the loss of participants from a research study, and explains how the WWC assesses attrition for RCTs. This module discusses how the WWC defines attrition and why attrition is important. We also walk through how to calculate attrition rates, apply the attrition standards to RCTs, and recognize what the WWC does and does not consider to be attrition. The third module discusses the concept of baseline equivalence, whether the intervention and comparison groups in a study were similar before the start of an intervention. This module reviews how the WWC defines baseline equivalence and demonstrates when and how to apply the WWC equivalence standard. We also cover how the WWC determines the characteristics that it uses to assess baseline equivalence. The fourth module is about confounding factors. The module reviews the WWC's definition of a confounding factor, which is a study component that makes it difficult or impossible to distinguish the effect of the intervention from the effect of that component. We provide examples of confounding factors and discuss how confounding factors affect the WWC's review of a study. The fifth module discusses the outcome measures a study uses to measure the effectiveness of an intervention and what requirements those measures must meet. This module reviews the WWC's definition of an outcome measure and explains why the WWC evaluates the outcome measures used to demonstrate impacts in studies. We describe the WWC requirements for outcome measures and illustrate how to apply the outcome measure standard. The sixth module provides an introduction to the systematic review process that guides WWC reviews. In describing the steps of the systematic review process, we discuss how WWC reviewers use review protocols to guide reviews and explain how the WWC identifies and defines a study. The seventh module reviews how the WWC reports on the effectiveness of an intervention. It discusses the WWC's procedures for reporting review findings. We explain how the WWC defines and calculates key elements for reporting, including the effect size and improvement index. Additionally, we describe the statistical adjustments that the WWC may make during the process of a study review, and explain how the WWC characterizes study findings. The eighth module provides an overview of the standards for reviewing studies that assign groups rather than individuals to a study condition. These groups, called clusters, might be classrooms, schools, or districts. This module reviews how the WWC determines if a study uses cluster-level assignment. We discuss how changes to the composition of individuals within clusters after random assignment can affect the rating of cluster RCTs. Finally, we describe the standards the WWC uses to review cluster assignment studies. The 9th module provides an introduction to the study review guide that is used to document findings from a study review. This module discusses the purpose of the study review guide and demonstrates how to access it on the WWC website. We describe the major components of the study review guide and demonstrate how to enter information from a study into the guide. This concludes our introduction to the WWC Group Design Standards training. Let's review what we discussed in this module. We covered the purpose of the training and who should complete the training. We provided background information on the WWC and described the logistics related to the training. We introduced the Group Design Standards framework and identified resources to support learning the standards. We also covered the different certification options and provided an overview of the topics we will cover in each module. We will begin the training series by discussing group designs in Module 1. Just a few final reminders. You can access all the resources mentioned in this module through the WWC website, whatworks.ed.gov. Please note that the full slide deck for this module is available on the WWC website. To receive a certificate of completion for viewing these training modules, you must view the videos on the WWC website. Thank you for viewing the introduction to the Works Clearinghouse WWC Group Design Standards training.